Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I love the internet. It's time for another video. Uh, the internet is my window upon the world, and as I look out, I'm not very encouraged by what I see. The state of the U.S. economy is not very good. The toilet? It's in the toilet. Let's take a look at this video by Peter Schiff. It's kind of depressing.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Did you happen to go to college?
I did.
What did you major in?
I have 2 undergraduate degrees and a graduate degree. My undergraduate degrees are in mathematics and in evolutionary biology, and my graduate degree is in evolutionary biology.
What are you working at now? What's your job?
This is my job.
Hey, it's Peter Schiff at SchiffRadio.com. I'm here in New Orleans on the famous Bourbon Street, and I want to ask some of the people who are working here tonight exactly where they went to college, or if they went to college, what they majored in, when they graduated. Let's find out just what kind of career a college education buys you in America.
We have a very educated generation
Tonight?
Yes, I am. I'm from California. How you doing?
Good. By any chance, did you go to college out there?
Virginia State University. I'm a Trojan. Went for physical education. And I'm a lingerie football player.
Did you go to college?
Yeah,
When did you graduate?
2006.
What was your major?
History, English.
And now you're driving a bike?
Yep,
What was your major?
it was robotics.
When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2003.
And what are you doing now?
I'm working for a strip club.
Did you happen to go to college?
Yeah.
What did you major in?
Business, communications,
Radiology.
Graphic design.
business management,
Psychology.
science,
Did you go to college?
Yes.
And what did you major in?
Business administration.
general studies, economics,
What did you major in?
Business.
Criminal justice.
culinary.
Asian studies.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, what did you major in?
Political science.
By any chance, did you go to college?
Yeah, I did one in Tulane.
What did you major in?
Business.
Business.
What was your major?
Business and marketing.
I majored in mechanical engineering.
I have a degree in linguistics and a degree in psychology.
What did you major in?
Biology.
Advertising and religious studies.
Business and management.
Mechanical engineering.
Biological sciences.
You think was it an English degree you said you majored in? Does that help you pedal that bicycle?
It absolutely does not. This is why you should not major in liberal arts.
I'm a bouncer here.
What did you major in?
Art.
When did you graduate?
A couple years ago.
And what do you do now?
I'm a doorman at a strip club.
How long ago did you graduate?
97.
How long have you been tending bar?
20 years?
Did you happen to go to college?
I did.
I did.
You did also?
Yes, I did.
What did you major in?
Funeral service education.
I didn't even know that was a major.
It is.
You're the tarot reader?
I am one of them, yes.
Did you happen to go to college?
Yes, I did.
What did you major in?
Accounting.
And what did you major in?
Engineering.
Do you find your degree helpful at all?
Not anymore.
Is this just a part-time job, or is driving a bike what you do for a living now?
It's a full-time job. It's what I do for a living.
When did you graduate?
About 20 years ago.
4 years ago. It's been about 12 years.
About a year.
2 years ago.
4 years.
About 6 years actually now.
Yeah, don't go to college. It's a scam. So yeah, that's depressing. So much of our baby boomer generation, often gives us this horrible advice about getting out of high school and going to college, and then coming out, getting a job, and you're going to make all this money. It's not true. It's horrible advice nowadays. It's not true anymore. The economy it's the government has not been putting money into its people. It's not expanding on educational opportunities. These universities are nothing more than they're just big businesses to get your money. That's about it. It's a big money making machine. Speaking of machines, the way that the economy is going, many people are talking about this. Robots could take over 38% of U.S. jobs within the next 15 years, according to this report. This article is in the Los Angeles Times. Let's take a look at this article. More than a third of U.S. jobs could be at high risk of automation by the early 2030s, a percentage that's higher than Great Britain, in Germany and Japan, according to a report released on Friday. The analysis by accounting and consulting PwC emphasized that its estimates are based on the anticipated capacities of robotics and artificial intelligence, and that the pace and direction of technological progress are uncertain. It said that in the United States, in the U.S., 38% of jobs could be at risk of automation, compared to 30% in Britain, 35% in Germany, and 21% in Japan. The main reason is not that the U.S. has more jobs in sectors that are universally ripe for automation, the report says. Rather, it's that more U.S. jobs in certain sectors are potentially vulnerable, they say, British jobs, than is potentially more vulnerable than, say, British jobs in the same sectors. And if you noticed, a lot of the young people in those jobs, they had what you call STEM occupations. The young woman said, one of the young women said something about liberal arts. Well, the STEM occupations are not much more safe from being automated either, according to this report. This article in Solid Smack. STEM jobs are also not very likely to fare any better. The article says, according to a study at Ball State University Center for Business and Economic Research, the United States is highly vulnerable to the effects of technological advancement, namely automation, trade, and urbanization. But there's a twist, as reported by CBS News. According to the study, these include so-called STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and math jobs, such as computer programming, data entry, electrical and electronic drafting, and computer and informational research. Among the occupations most likely to be disrupted by automation in the years ahead are some people in the mathematical sciences, such as math technicians who typically work on engineering projects or are involved in scientific research. So it's not just low-skilled jobs; it's also STEM jobs. Or are STEM jobs still relatively low-skilled jobs? Anyway, yeah. So that's not. And as we look across the world, it's not just the United States, but also and countries like the UK and Japan, these first world nations. But according to the president of the World Bank, jobs in developing countries are not safe from automation either. According to the president of the World Bank, Jim Young Kim, in this article in the Business Insider, he says that he pointed out that what is it about 3/4 or like 75% of jobs of manual labor jobs in countries like Ethiopia are vulnerable, as well as jobs in China and Thailand. He says he pointed out that in several countries that several countries in particular with high risk are at high risk for job loss. In Ethiopia, 85% of jobs are vulnerable, compared to 77% in China and 72% in Thailand. The prediction isn't new. His comments at the Milken Echo event that he made in 2017, the World Bank Group IMF spring meeting in April. He said then that we estimate 2/3 of all jobs that currently exist in developing countries will be wiped out by automation. At the same time, the internet, smartphones, and social media allow everyone to see exactly how everyone else lives, which is causing aspirations to rise all over the world. I see this everywhere I go. So in the midst of these crises with rising aspirations, we must change the way we work in development finance. Anyway, um, actually, there's a wonderful documentary from Truthstream Media from Aaron and Melissa Dykes on their YouTube page. It's called Obsolete, and it's a wonderful documentary. They've done their research into this subject very well, and it's a great documentary. I've seen it about 4 or 5 times now. Um, you should check it out on their channel on TrueStream Media. So to make up for this loss in jobs, many globalists such as Mark Zuckerberg and others have been proposing a universal basic income. The government will just give out money, say between 500 to 1,100 or $1,500 a month to people, regardless of whether they have a job or not. Uh, even if they get the job, they'll continue to get this stipend. Um, in fact, many countries are actually implementing this. They've been experimenting with it in places like I think Kenya and Pakistan. Sweden has been doing it, um, but it's even come to uh, the uh, the U.S. territories. Hawaii has actually uh, been looking into this. In fact, recently they passed a bill to in support of universal basic income. Canada has also been experimenting with this also. Well, I have no interest in collecting a universal basic income. I don't even expect to get Social Security, which I think will be bankrupt by the time it's time for me to collect. I've heard numbers uh, that around 2030 something, the Social Security system will be completely bankrupt. I think it's already bankrupt. Uh, I mean, the Social Security system, the way that it works is a complete Ponzi scheme. People who are working now are paying for those who are collecting the Social Security now. If uh, the generation that is just getting out of university now is not working, then there's no one putting into Social Security uh, now for people who are collecting on Social Security to be able to benefit from it. So if jobs are wiped out in the next 10 years by automation, there's no one to put in for Social Security in the future. By the time it's time for me to retire by the 2030s, I just don't believe I just don't believe it'll last that long anyway. Which is why I am investing and putting into companies like Genesis Mining and BitConnect. If you want to make money in the future, this is the way to do it. So I'm not sitting around waiting for a Social Security check because I don't expect to get it. I don't want it, you know. So I mean, yeah. So get an account with Genesis Mining and uh, Hashing 24 and BitConnect and build your fortune now so that you don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna end the video here. So if you like my content, like, subscribe, share, and use my promo code on Genesis Mining for a 3% discount. Yeah, yeah. So until next time, peace.